In today's video, we are going to learn how to create a cinematic color grade super faster in Photoshop. So I'm first going to duplicate my background layer. So I'll click on Ctrl J to duplicate. Alright, and I'll come to my filter and I'll convert for smart filters. And I'm doing this so that I can come back and change the values. So I'll hit on enter. Okay, so I'll come back to my filter and I'll select camera roll filters. Okay, so let me increase the image so that we can see. So I'll look for color grading. Alright, so we have our highlights here, we have our shadows here, and we have our midtones here. So I'll first start with our highlights. So the circle in the middle, I'm going to adjust it to the edges, and I'm going to play around with the circles at the edge. So I'm going to increase it into the green. So I make it warm. Alright, so you come beneath it. So you can so if you want more light, you can increase it. If you want more shadows, then you decrease it. Or if you want the image more darker. So I want it more darker, so I decrease it. Alright, and I'll come into my shadows. So the shadows to the circle at the center, I'll bring it to the edges, but I think this is too much because of this image. So I'll leave it here and I'll play around with the circle at the edge. Let me see what best fits for this image. I think red, yeah, red will do. Red will do. Okay. So beneath it, I want the image more darker, so I decrease it, and I'll come into my midtones. With my midtones, let me play around. Let's see. I think the greens is okay. Yes, this okay. All right. So we are done color grading. So I'll go into the bases. But if you are using the newer version of Photoshop, you won't see bases here, but rather you see lights. So if you are using Photoshop 2024, 2025, you see light here. So I'll go into my bases. I'm using Photoshop 2021 for this tutorial. So I'll increase the contrast. So let me increase it a bit. Okay. And I'll increase the highlights. So let me play with the highlights. And I'll drop the shadows a bit. I think 15 is okay. And I want more of natural light. So I'll take out all the whites from the image. Alright, so I'll come to texture. So if you are using the newer version of Photoshop, you see the texture under effects. So you look for effects, then look for texture. So I'm adding more texture to this image. Our image needs more textures. So let me add more texture. I think we are good to go. So I'll press OK to accept the changes. Alright, so this is our image now after our color grade. So this was our before. This was how our image was looking before, and this after the color grade. This after. Alright, drop a comment what you think about this quick color grade tutorial in Photoshop. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next tutorial.